We got a code red. We got a red alert, everybody. All right, red alert, red alert. Woo, 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 woo. Man the stations, get ready for imminent reveal. This is breaking news and something that I am just absolutely stoked about. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Do you remember when they revealed this system, the Switch Lite? It was back in 2019. It was on July 10th, 2019. And they popped a trailer randomly for a smaller Switch. We'd been hearing rumors about a mini for a while, and there it was. Then again, in 2021, they were like, yo, it's time for an OLED. Random trailer dropped on July the 6th, and we had a system with no bezel, a brighter screen, and white Joy-Con. Now Nintendo is rumored to be prepping another new system, and that has been enhanced severely by today's breaking news, which is that Nintendo just set the Switch Lite trailer and the Switch OLED trailer to private, both of them. This is taking place on Nintendo of America, youtube.com/Nintendo, and Nintendo of Japan. Okay, both of those have privated the Lite and the OLED trailer. And apparently right before the OLED reveal, they privated the Lite trailer because privating these trailers helps with search. Now this seems to be the most logical explanation because Apple does something similar. Like they'll private the iPhone 11 trailer before they drop the iPhone 12 so that people who hear about a new iPhone or a new Switch get excited, search for it on Google, search for it on YouTube, and boom, aren't misguided to the wrong trailer. Like, oh, I've seen a small Switch before. Now they're like, oh, I see the Switch Pro. Now this could happen tomorrow, this could happen later this week, this could happen later this month. But July is clearly the month that Nintendo uses for hardware reveals in this era, and it makes a lot of sense based on production. You need to get this thing in production in July for a holiday launch or for an early 2023 launch, and once it hits production, it's probably gonna leak. So you get out ahead of the leaks. We know Nintendo hates leaks, talked about it in GMM this morning. President Furukawa was like, yo, we're using ninjas, we're using robot AI, we're using everything to stop leaks, and they could use a new trailer. Now, this sounds like it's out of nowhere, but remember, we've heard about Nintendo Switch Pro for over a year now. There have been heavy rumors about developers having units, about games being made, about people knowing the details of DLSS and 4K, and I'm telling you, if Nintendo does drop a system and it's anything but a 4K Switch, a DLSS Switch, which is that algorithmic way to kind of fake 4K without actually requiring the hardware for it, anything but that is a complete miss. The OLED was kind of a miss in 2021, but then we're like, okay, you know what? There's no bezel, they've refined the form factor, and it's honestly a fantastic way to play. But you have like one shot at that, Nintendo. You can't do it twice. We thought the OLED was gonna be the Pro last year. You cannot punk us again. The only way I can see them doing that though is with a light OLED. I've heard some rumblings that this could be a thing, nothing concrete, but that, hey, it has been suspected that maybe Nintendo wants to optimize the screen on the smaller unit as well. But all signs point to if Nintendo is actually gonna do something, which again, they may not, but if they are, it would be a Pro console. And my big wants there are maybe a little bit more premium form factor, premium materials, because it inevitably will have a higher price point. We're talking like a $400 Switch or more, okay? The OG Switch, the OLED, sitting at $300 and $350. A Pro model has to come in at $400 or $450, and then maybe they restructure things. Maybe the OLED becomes the $300 model and the Pro becomes the $400. I don't know. There's so many variables here, including when they launch it. They could announce this for a November 2022 release to pair alongside Pokemon and the rumored Metroid Prime remake. They could announce it for a March 2023 release and show off some snazzy Breath of the Wild 2 footage. They could do nothing, but I think everything adds up. And why else are they privating these trailers? Do you think Nintendo really doesn't want people looking at the trailers for their hot selling system? Do you think they really want non-believers who are trying to decide if they want to switch to not find it? Why would they private the Lite and the OLED trailer if for not a new hardware announcement? Give me your best guess. If you have a reason legitimately why Nintendo would do this, I'd love to hear from you because I can't quite think of anything. Could they be remaking the trailers? No, that's meta, right? We remake games, but we also now remake trailers of systems that play games that play remakes. It's really just breaking the fourth wall, kind of feels like Inception. The top is spinning, does it stop spinning? I don't think that's likely. I mean, anything is possible, but redoing those trailers seems weird. They have not done that in the past. They just make updated commercials, right? They have one with Christina Aguilera. They throw Jessica Alba in there. They're like, oh, Aquafina. And they show off their favorite Switch games, and they show maybe a new colorway, some new Joy-Con. We haven't had a new colorway in a long time. We haven't even had a new Joy-Con in a long time. There's nothing really momentous happening that would elicit this type of privating except for new hardware. And July, no direct, like that kind of sort of seems like it ties together as well. Like if you're gonna have a big hardware reveal, maybe you wanna save the general direct for after you've revealed that hardware so you can show the games on that new hardware. And maybe Nintendo does have a master plan after all, and they're not just operating on the seat of their pants. Well, they're still hopefully wearing pants, but they at least kind of know what they're doing. They're not on fire, they're just calculated, cold and cool. So I'm gonna be checking if this drops. It will be early in the AM. Nintendo uses the 9 AM slot, the 10 AM slot, and occasionally the 11 AM Eastern slot. So convert that to your time zones at your own peril to find out that 9 AM Eastern is 6 AM for me over here in Arizona. I'm gonna be on high alert the next couple of days, okay? Last year, they used a Friday to unveil the OLED. The 6th was a Friday. And now the 8th is a Friday. The 6th is also tomorrow, so it's an anniversary of an announcement. This clearly is the time that they choose to use. And Apple does it, Nintendo has done it before. It just makes sense. So I'm on extreme hardware watch. I know people are wary about Switch Pro, don't want to talk about it, not until it's official, but people recently were bringing this up again. Do you remember? I talked about it in a GMM, like something weird going on, where Nate Drake and Mark Amaro and other people were resurfacing talk about a Switch Pro, saying it feels like a good time to tweet this out. Why is that a good time? There was nothing announced, there was nothing to do, but maybe there was rumblings underneath the surface, and this would sort of be the biggest surprise Nintendo has had probably since Breath of the Wild 2? I can't think of anything bigger. I mean, you could argue that this is the biggest since the original Switch launched, because while the Lite is fun, it's just a smaller functional Switch that doesn't have Joy-Con, and the OLED is cool, it's just a more expensive Switch with no bezel. A Switch Pro is a game changer. A Switch 4K allows for more third-party support, it allows for better performing games, it allows for easier ports, it allows for players, new and old, to feel like their system is modernized instead of stuck not just 5 years ago, but even before beyond that. It allows for a portable machine to now pick up the pace. Maybe not all the way to Steam Deck, but it's getting a lot closer. And so this is very exciting. This is very thrilling. And if you're into the whole Nintendo thing, if you like the predictions, if you like the rumors, if you like waiting, this is like I said, it's red alert. They privated the trailers. Why else would they do that? Let me know your take in the comments down below, my friends. I'll keep you posted if anything else develops or happens. But yeah, I think a new Switch is coming, and I think it's coming soon. Until that time, though, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Hit that like button if you're excited. SwitchForce out.